I've been making music for about 8 or 9 years now.
Today I'm going to be showing you how to make just a simple trap beat.
And it's always been a really huge goal of mine to release some sort of instrumental album. This video is privated now, rightfully so. I released this about a month after I made my first tutorial, March 16th, 2017. The beats all sounded like this. And all of them were just called Hot Beat 1 through 12. But you can see even back then when I had absolutely no experience with producing, I still wanted to put out some sort of album. I've had a lot of ideas over the years of little projects I wanted to make and albums that I wanted to work on, but they always kind of fell through. But thankfully, something about this project just kind of made me get it in gear, and I finished it. To be 100% honest, it's really not always super easy for me to express myself with words. A lot of times it feels like the most real, the most authentic way for me to express myself is when I just have a guitar in my hands. So when I made these songs, I really just tried to use the music to express myself in the most genuine way possible. So this album started back in August of 2024. Basically out of nowhere, I just decided I wanted to make an instrumental track and drop it on Spotify. That was the first time I had done that in like over 4 years, and that song was August Rain, which ended up being the first song that I actually made for this album. I did a video for that song and it actually did pretty well. A lot of people enjoyed it. So I made another song right after that, planning to basically do the same thing, but for one reason or another, I ended up not actually filming that video, but I still had started making that second song, which I was calling Homesick. The fact that I didn't make that video wasn't really a big deal because this just kind of birthed the idea of me actually making an album. In the following months, in September and October, the idea was there, it was brewing, but I wasn't really actively working towards making an album. During this time, Coleman was actually working on his Coleman Payne album called For Her to Hear, and he was just super locked in and inspired making those songs, which kind of honestly inspired me a little bit to start working on something of my own. And then just out of the blue in November, I officially decided I was going to do this thing. I was going to make an album. So I'm also currently working on a full album. So backpacking off of that huge burst of inspiration I had at that time, I ended up starting 4 different tracks. Puddles, Ferris Wheel, Have to Go, and another song that I was calling Ladybug. At this point, some of them were more complete than others. I think Have to Go was just like a 16-bar loop at this time, but the main thing was that I had a lot better of an idea of the songs and of the album as a whole. The first goal that I had was to finish all the songs before leaving for Thanksgiving with Coleman's family. That did not happen. When we got back, my other second goal now was to get everything mostly recorded before the middle of December, because I knew I was going to be heading home to Chicago for the holidays for like the next 3 weeks or so, and I planned on just mixing and mastering the songs while I was back at home. And once again, that did not happen. As a matter of fact, I did absolutely nothing on that entire trip. I did not touch a single camera or microphone or computer or guitar for like 3 weeks straight. All I did was just hang out with my family and my friends and enjoyed the holidays, and I am very glad that I did that. Mostly for my own mental and creative health, but also because that actually led me to create the second fully finished song on the album, which is a song called Hiatus. I made this song immediately once I got back to Oklahoma City because I was just absolutely itching to create some music and just put out more music. After finishing and releasing that song and deciding that that would be another track on the album, I got another burst of inspiration to go back and work on the unfinished songs from November. But with so many unfinished and unorganized projects, it was very overwhelming. Especially because back in November when I made those other songs, I also started like 4 or 5 other tracks as well. Man, this one is cool. I don't know, man. That didn't end up being on the album, but I had to sift through those and decide which ones I wanted to pick at that time as well. But after evaluating everything, it turned out that the majority of these songs needed piano. And the piano was honestly one of the big things that was holding me back from finishing these songs. I knew that I needed to record live piano for these songs, but it's just so much setup involved. I gotta figure out all the chords for the songs, which I wrote all on guitar, so I gotta make them playable on the piano. Then I have to learn how to play them and set up the microphones and record them and all that stuff. But after procrastinating for way too long, I ended up just picking a night when nobody was home, and I tracked the piano for most of the songs on the album. In one of the songs, I just forgot to press record. But once that piano was finally recorded, it felt like I was really getting a lot closer to finishing these songs. But the main issue at this point was that it didn't really feel like the album had any sort of cohesive theme. I mean, sure, all the songs are pretty similar sonically, and they have kind of the same vibe, but I was really looking for something to just kind of string all of the songs together. And I don't really know what prompted me or how I got the idea, but I had basically just finished that song that I was calling Ladybug, but I decided to turn a bunch of my camcorder clips into audio clips that I could use for the songs in the album. And for that song, I ended up finding the perfect clip that went with that music, which also made me change the name to Halation. But the bigger, more exciting thing was that I finally had an idea of the theme for the album. So one thing that you may or may not know about me is that I take this everywhere with me. This is my camcorder, and if you've ever seen any of the camcorder footage from my videos, they were all filmed on this camcorder right here. And since at least one person asks it on pretty much every one of my videos, this is a Sony DCR HC38. I got this camcorder a couple years ago from basically an abandoned house, and it's captured some really important moments with some really special people in my life, and I feel like carrying this thing around and capturing those moments is a big part of who I am and a big part of my life. So including those audio clips into the songs made them so much more special to me. And before this point, I was dealing with a lot of thoughts of like, this is stupid, like why am I even working on a project like this that no one's gonna listen to? The whole thing that happens when you doubt any sort of creative project you're working on. But once I had that idea to use the camcorder clips, it suddenly just became crystal clear to me that my goal was just to make this album for me. I just stopped worrying about what other people are gonna think, if it's gonna do well, or just really anything at all. I wanted the focus of the album just for it to be sentimental to me and to the people that are close to me. And if other people out there enjoy it as well, that's great, but if not, who really cares? So fast forward to February 21st. I was working on a couple different projects that day and I didn't really get to make much music. Before I went to bed, I was kind of just messing around with the guitar and I came up with a pretty cool chord progression that got me really inspired. Okay, this looks like some found footage, but I just came up with this little guitar thing. It's like 10 o'clock at night and I want to record it, so we're going to do that. Kind of good. I don't know. I'm going to record that in stereo, I think. I'll do that off camera. Professional acoustic guitar recording setup. So last night I made that guitar song, which honestly turned out really good, and it kind of got me a little bit more inspired because honestly before that I was kind of feeling a little bit in a low point. So the goal for today, February 22nd, is to keep that momentum ball rolling. So what I'm doing now is going for a run because I feel like win the morning, win the day is a little quote that I abide by. And when I get back, I'm gonna clean my room because that's another life hack I feel like is if you have a clean space, your mind will... Okay, I'm recording drums for that song that I made last night. This mic is too loud, I can tell. Yeah, that mic is way too loud. It could be alright. Maybe we'll do it one more time. Uno más. Did I just do both of those first try? Yeah, I'm a drummer. No idea how to play this thing, but we're gonna give it a try. After working on this new song called Parking Garage for pretty much the whole day, this is when I decided I was going to lock in and finish this album. But I knew that the next week or so, or however long it took me to finish this album, was definitely going to be the hardest part so far. 2/3 of the roommates are golfing right now, which means that it's the perfect day for me to record the final piano, hopefully the final piano, for this album. We got 2 songs that need piano for. Supposed to record piano for, but I just didn't press record on the recorder. Oh yeah. So I have to record that one and I have to record this new one. But it's kind of a fast piano thing, and I'm just not very good at piano, so. But this thing's been kind of... Okay, you can't even see me. Okay, so it is now I don't even know. 6:14 p.m., which means that I've been working on these songs for about 4 hours straight at this point. So I need to get outside because it's a beautiful day out there, and I haven't really been outside other than to eat lunch. So let's just go somewhere out of the house. Lake Hefner that I'm at here. Beautiful sunset right now. There's nothing quite like sitting by the lake and enjoying a nice Coke Zero. If there's anybody out there that can explain the difference between Coke Zero and Diet Coke, I would love to know. I think it's really easy to think that just doing stuff like this is pointless and it's not really worth your time. And I definitely get in that mindset sometimes too of like, why should I leave my house and drive like 30 minutes to the lake just for no reason at all? But I feel like when you're working really hard on something, it's equally as important to just take breaks and just enjoy life and just be present in the moment. Times like this is when you are kind of able to get the most inspiration to do creative work in general. Just me sitting at my desk for hours and hours every day, there's a lot of moments that creep in of like, why am I even making this? No one's gonna listen to it. It doesn't even have lyrics. It's not gonna make any money. Like, what's the point even? But then I just remember that I'm having fun doing it and I'm enjoying it. I just enjoy making music, and that's kind of why I started any of this in the first place. I think once I get everything finished and uploaded and whatnot, it's gonna feel like the work is paid off, hopefully, but if not, at least I'll be done with it. Okay, I'm getting cold. Okay, I don't turn that light on often, but I just got an idea. So I came back from the lake and immediately started working on the songs again, which I probably shouldn't do. It's probably not the healthiest way to work on this, but I'm just feeling really inspired right now. Anyways, the song that I'm working on, let me turn on the speaker so you can hear it. The ending of the song sounds like this. For some reason, the thought that popped into my head was that it would sound really good with like a tape noise underneath it, like a tape hiss kind of thing. And instead of using a plugin or just like searching up tape hiss sound effect, what I wanted to do instead is just record my own hiss sound effect. I realized that I have a Walkman. So I think I'm just gonna straight up put the microphone to the Walkman and try to get some noise going on. I can listen to the radio on this. That's cool. This is neat. I think I'm gonna record this in the closet because I think that'll be the most soundproofed area to get like the cleanest recording. Okay. Oh no. Okay, it worked. And it sounds really cool actually. That's cool. I like that. This one that I'm working on with the cassette thing that I just recorded is basically almost done. I just need to do some final mixing tweaks and kind of listen to it on the speakers and hear how everything sounds. I'm not going to do that right now because it's almost 9 o'clock and I need to eat dinner still. But thankfully I can say that this one will probably be finished by tomorrow. This was a pretty successful day, even though it kind of felt like I did nothing. Sometimes even if it doesn't feel like you're making a whole lot of progress, you're still making some, which is a good thing. Currently exporting the stems. This morning I just woke up and kind of rotted in my bed for a while, and then I got up and immediately started working on this song. Probably should have gone for a run or something like that, but I just knew how close I was to finishing the song, so I wanted to get it done. I don't have it mastered yet because what I want to do is master all of the songs in the same project so that they sound the same. But I'm going to do that once I have every track fully mixed and everything. For whatever reason, I feel really compelled to pull out my guitar amp and try to just mess around and get some sounds out of the amp. This particular track is a little bit slower and a little bit longer than some of the other ones, so I kind of want to record some layers just to fill out the space a little bit. Thing is, I'm really not much of an amp guy, but I have this crappy little Line 6 amp. Doesn't sound very good, I don't think, but I can probably get some little tones out of this. Just nothing sounds good on this, man. Okay, I'm trying to play this delay thing. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with it, but I am. I already messed up. Nice. Yes. Oh, that was loud. Alright, so this track that I'm working on, the one that I recorded the guitar and the amp for, I just don't like it. Like, I don't know what it is about it, but I'm just not a huge fan. Part of the problem is that I have 7 billion plugins open. I think the main thing that I don't like is the main guitars. They're cool, but they get kind of repetitive because it plays throughout the whole thing. So I think I'll maybe try to mess around with that. But honestly, right now I'm feeling a little bit less inspired than I was this morning. I think that's mainly because I just tried to do a whole new technique that I've never really done before with the guitar recording on a song that I already didn't really like a whole lot, so then the guitars just kind of came out sounding a little weird. But I don't know, I think for now I'm just gonna leave this track alone and then come back to it later. I wanted to experiment with the guitar amp recording thing. I thought it'd be fun. It ended up not being as fun as I thought it would be. Maybe that's just because I haven't done it much and I need more practice, but I didn't really like it very much. So I don't know if I'll be doing that much more, but it was fun to try, and I'm glad I have some of it recorded for this album, if this song even ends up being on the album. We'll see. Okay, so I just went to open up one of the other tracks that I thought I hadn't finished, but apparently I did finish it, and it sounds good, like I'm happy with it. And that just made me realize that this thing is like almost done. I think it's gonna be like 8 tracks. We have the 2 songs that I've already released, which are August Rain and Hiatus. Then Have to Go is the one that I finished today. Homesick is what I'm calling another one. There's one called Halation, and I need another hand for this. There's the one that I just opened up and realized I finished called Puddles, and those are all finished, so I literally just need 2 more tracks. The Ferris wheel one that I don't like, and the one that I started a couple days ago. So yeah, this is actually a lot closer than I thought, which means that I also need a cover art of some kind. Okay, sorry, I was watching a car that got flipped over on Instagram right there. What? What is this? Why is that? Why are they all unnamed? And what? What happened? I don't know how or why that just happened, but I loaded up this project and all of the mixer tracks have been reset. Thank the Lord, man. Oh, technology is so annoying, man. What the heck? Okay, I'm shutting down the computer for right now because that just stressed me out big time. I'm just gonna take a break for now because I think I very much need it. 4 o'clock, which is crazy because where does the time go in the day? It's really frustrating sometimes because it feels like there's just not enough time in the day to do the things that I want to do. I definitely would say that I get a little bit obsessive when I guess just in general, especially when I'm working on like a little project like this and I'm feeling really inspired, it makes it really hard for me to focus on anything else. Like I usually will read a lot. I haven't really been able to read. I also haven't focused much on working out or any of the other normal things that I usually do. I haven't even been doing short form content, which I usually do every single day. I don't know, my brain just gets so locked in on one particular thing sometimes. All that to say that going and just doing something else right now is definitely the move, because otherwise I'm gonna lose my mind. So, alright, you can't even see me actually, it's too dark. Whoa. So I've been working on that song that I said I didn't like for quite a while now. I've made not really extreme changes to it, but enough changes to where I actually like it kind of now. And I came up with this little 12-string melody that I'm going to record for the ending, and I think it sounds pretty good. Let's see if I can actually record it properly. I'm gonna sneeze right now. I'm actually not gonna sneeze, never mind. That's so annoying when that happens, man. Okay, so something insane just happened. All day today, I have been dealing with this earache. I think I got like wax kind of clogged in my ear. So I went to Walmart looking for eardrops so that I could relieve this ear pain, because it's kind of hard to work on any sort of music if my ear is in pain. Walmart didn't have the eardrops, so I was like, let me see what other places are open. And it turned out that Walgreens was the other place that was open for like another 15 minutes. So I went in there and it took like 10 minutes getting the eardrops that I needed. And as I was at the front desk, I asked the guy like, hey, a long time ago I brought in some photos and there were some problems with them, because this is a whole other part of the story. Basically, I had a roll of film that I wanted to get developed. I brought that into them in November, and I kept going in for months and months and months and saying like, hey, do I have photos that are ready? And they were like, oh no, it says there's an error in processing or whatever. So I just thought my photos were lost forever. Look what I got right here. 3 months later, and here are my photos. So the relevance to this video is that what I was thinking was, oh, it would be really nice if I had those photos, because I'm sure one of them would make a good album cover for this whole album. This works out amazingly if there's an actual photo in here that I can use. This is from the Safe and Sound music video shoot. I look a little awkward in this one, that's cool. Okay, hello there. I took a little bit of a day off because my ear is really bothering me. I don't know if it's like some sort of ear infection or I've got like earwax in there or something, I don't know. Putting eardrops in my ears. And just kind of chilling, because my ear is also very sensitive to noise right now, and it sounds just kind of muffled, like I can't really hear out of it, which has been really frustrating because I was so gung-ho about working on the album, and then my ear kind of just stopped working, which sucks, but I'm trying to push through it. I basically spent this morning kind of mixing the Ferris wheel song. I think it's pretty much done, so now I'm just going to listen on the speakers and then move on to the last track, which will be nice. Okay. All right. That sounds good, man. That sounds good. Exporting. Okay, let's try to get a little solo in here. That was kind of a decent solo. I don't know. We'll see if I like that or not. Okay. Can't really see me very well, but right now it is 6:43 p.m. I just finished creating my serum sound bank and the little one-shot sample pack that's going to come out with it. But now I think I'm going to go in and try to mix the final song for this album and maybe, possibly, get it exported so that we can move on to mastering these tracks, which is like the last step pretty much before we're done. Let's hear this thing, man. That sounds pretty good, actually. We are doing it. It is exporting. Okay, so the final song has been exported. Now what I've been doing is making separate projects so that I can master each of the songs. It is currently 8:47, and I still have not eaten dinner. So what I'm gonna do now is eat dinner like a human. Then tomorrow, I think, is gonna be the day where we get the first masters of everything, which is very exciting. Okay, so I am a little bit psychotic. It is 12:48. I just basically mastered all of the songs, kinda. They're not really good enough to export yet, but tomorrow I'm gonna go in there, do a little bit of final mixing, and then do some exports, and then we can check them on the phone, check them on the car speakers, check them on all that stuff. But I am so tired right now. Honestly, I just couldn't stop myself from working on these songs. This step of the process is tough because there's still a lot more that I need to do, but it feels like I'm getting super close to the finish line. So it's like once I complete this stepping stone, then I want to move on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, because I can see the finish line. There's only so much that I can do within a day, which is unfortunate. Okay, I don't even know anymore. I'm gonna go to sleep, and then just keep working on this tomorrow. It is 12:40. I have just been working on the masters for the songs pretty much all morning. Another thing I did, actually, I made this, which may or may not be the cover art. I basically just took a couple of the photos and like kind of piled them on top of each other and made them look kind of cool. But yeah, I am losing my mind right now. It is also 70 degrees outside, so I'm gonna go outside and do some stuff and also eat some food because I haven't done that or really anything yet today. Alright, ladies and gents, it is March 1st. Happy March, everybody. I just deep cleaned my room because it was very much needed. When I said I was going to clean my room the other day, I just didn't do that. So today's the day I did that because today is also the day that we get masters for each of these songs, which is very exciting. But also, there's kind of a part of my brain that's like not wanting to finish the songs. I think it's probably because I'm such a perfectionist and I feel like when I finish the songs, there's still going to be something that I need to do to them. But obviously, the goal here is to drop the album. So we're going to do that, man. It just finished. 4 down, 4 to go. Kind of just lose my mind at this point. There's a cardinal outside. It's a female cardinal. It's looking right at me. Anyways, I'm kind of losing my mind right now. Okay, this one's probably going to sound the worst on account of the fact that my hearing is not even accurate anymore because I've been doing this for so long. So I think I'm just going to export this one knowing in mind that I'm definitely going to have to make some changes. But for now, I don't know. Okay, final song, exporting. That's very nice, very good. Feels good to be done with doing this. It's like 6 o'clock right now. Yeah, 6:07 p.m. There's still a lot more that I have to do, and I have to figure out a name for this thing, but one step at a time. And now we have all the masters completed. Now I'm going to go buy some food from Walmart. Okay, sorry for the iPhone video and the geese in the background. It's like 7 in the morning right now. I just went for a run because I couldn't sleep because all I can think about is this album right now. One of those things being the title. And last night I was literally thinking to myself, how cool would it be if I was just, you know, driving along the road and something popped up on a billboard and I was like, that's the album title right there. Like, I wish some divine figure would just give me the title. And while I'm running, believe it or not, I look down and I see this. As you can see there, I have pulled all of the masters into one project file because what I'm going to do is lay them all out and figure out the album track list order and everything. And also a really big part of this album is adding in like camcorder recordings and little voice snippets and things like that. So we're going to do that right now. And I'm going to eat this cookie. Hello. Guess where we are? In the car. That means we are about to car test these songs. Okay, we are not listening to Flexecution by Logic, that's for sure. raining. Quite a bit, actually. Wow. That's pretty good, man. Honestly, after that, I really only have a couple little notes, little things I want to change. But if I were to upload this just as it is right now, I think I'd be happy, which is a good sign. That's kind of how you want it to be. Car test was successful. Look at that. I listened to the songs, and I got a nice car wash. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday, March 3rd. Last night I had pretty horrible sleep paralysis, but today I just finished all of these songs. As you can see, I pulled all of the masters into one file and then added all of the little background noise and everything. There's little things that I could tweak here and there. I could go in and change certain notes that are a little bit off or whatever, and I know it's kind of bugging me, but if I were to go and do that, I would probably spend another like 2-3 days working on, getting all those imperfections out. And like I said, right now the way it is, if I were to just upload this thing, I'd be happy with it. And so I think that's what I'm gonna do, and we're gonna get this bad boy uploaded today, which is absolutely crazy, man. Uploading. Hooray, your music is on the way. March 14th, 2025. Wow, we did it, I guess, man. Wow, it's uploaded. I don't really know what else to say. What do I do now? I don't really know what to do now. Well, thankfully, I ended up finding plenty more to do after I uploaded the album, doing a visualizer and Spotify canvases and merch and promo videos and all that other stuff. But at this point, the bulk of the work was pretty much done, and I had accomplished pretty much what I set out to do. It felt very weird at first to be done with the album because it was essentially what I poured my blood, sweat, and tears, my heart and soul into for a week and a half straight. And I really did think that I was going to have some sort of big sense of accomplishment or like, yes, this is awesome kind of feeling, but I really just ended up going right back to work on all of the other tasks that needed to be done for the album. So yeah, I guess the work just really never stops. You just keep going and just keep making more art. At this point, I'm really glad to just have this done and be able to get this out into the world for you guys to hear, and just for myself and for the people that are close to me to be able to hear too. I'm so thankful that I do have the opportunity to be able to work on something like this that's actually meaningful and fulfilling to me, and like I feel satisfied in my life while I'm working on a project like this. Even if I did go a little psycho and stopped working out or eating or doing any of the other normal things people do. Huge thanks to you guys for just supporting me and supporting the album and supporting everything I do all the time. It really truly does mean the world to me, and I genuinely never thought that I would have this many people that actually care about me or what I do or anything at all. So yeah, genuinely you guys mean way more to me than you even know. Also, probably rambling at this point, but shout out to Coleman as well, because him working on his album really inspired me to kind of work on a project of my own, and him just being cool with me losing my mind trying to make this album while we also have so many projects that we work on together as well. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me. I know this video wasn't super exciting, but as always, I appreciate you guys watching, appreciate you sticking with me and supporting me. It really means the world to me, and I will see you all in the next one.